Floyd, I got to think this is a really special weekend for you as the first ambassador of Broncos country, I think nationally, to now have Champ Bailey and Pat Bowlen going into the Hall of Fame.
It's really an honor. There's several more that's deserving. I think they're having a vote now to see if they can get 20 in next year for the centennial year. I think there should be at least a minimum of 3 of our guys on that list of 20. There's been a lot of people overlooked, but I'm glad for Champ. I'm glad for Mr. B. A little disappointed that Mr. B couldn't hold on a little longer because he certainly deserved to be here. He was so influential in helping me get here, and I really admire him. He was an athlete, a good athlete. He was a owner's coach. I mean, he was a player's coach, owner kind of thing. I don't mean coach, but I mean owner. But Pat's done a lot, and I used to try to get Pat to really consider being a Ring of Famer. And I used to argue with him all the time, and he used to always get in my face, talk about it's not about me, it's not about me. I said, it is about you. You created the Ring of Fame, and you belong in it. If you get Mr. Jerry Phipps in it, you should be in it. I don't care, I don't care. And that's where he and I used to always end. So when he finally got in, I was so pleased to be a part of it because he created it, and I never realized I was the first one because when they had the bust done and they had us go and unveil them, they said the first Bronco Ring of Famer, would you please go and unveil your bust? Floyd Little, and I almost died because I went in with 2 other guys, but I didn't know I was the first,
right.
So I was pleased with that. So I really miss Mr. B, and sad that he was a Hall of Famer before he was a Hall of Famer.
And you look at Broncos country last night, came out in full force for the game.
Yes.
Whether it's you going in, Sharpie, TD,
right.
We may set a record. John Elway, we may set a record though for Broncos fans here for the enshrinement.
Really?
Well, it certainly seems like it, at least based
Well,
on
you got
on
2
the
of them
stadium.
going in. I'm sure you would have more people than just for one. But I see a lot of Bronco colors everywhere I go. I had a talk with some kids in the museum today, and there was a lot of Bronco fans there. So this is great. It's great for Broncos. Now they're getting the recognition they deserve. It's been a long time before we got John Elway made the country aware that where Denver was, what kind of team they had, and what kind of players they had. So thank you, John Elway.
Yeah, no question. You don't live in Denver, but you're back a lot. I guess I'll ask you a football question about John Elway's day job. Not being a Hall of Famer is probably his part-time gig, but full-time, he's running the football team. You got to see him last night. It's preseason. I know you haven't been out to practice, but what do you think of this current version of the Broncos?
Well, we won. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I got a chance, and I haven't had this much time with John, but I saw John on the field yesterday when I went down, and he and I had a nice, long conversation. I see him at the photos op today. We had a long conversation. We walked in together as all of the Bronco people cheered us as we walked together. We got inside. He sat at a different table because he got distracted, and I went and sat someplace else. But I would have had lunch with John today. So I missed that opportunity. But I've known him since he was a rookie. We went on a cruise together.
How was that?
Oh, that was great. But he was just out of Stanford and brand new. He's good people, but he's got a tremendous job to do, and believe me, he'll get it done.
Then, talking about the Hall of Fame before I let you go, and I appreciate the time, I was talking with someone who goes to the Gold Jacket dinner every year that's a member of the media, and he deals with a lot of the Hall of Famers, and he said that once they get the Gold Jacket, especially for someone that's waited a long time, like TD, like yourself, that's when you're really overcome with emotion. I talked to Champ last night. He's like, man, I'm getting pulled in a lot of directions.
Yeah.
But once he gets that Gold Jacket, was it the same for you? And is that an accurate? You've been coming back every year. Is that an accurate?
No, you become it's a different life for you. You're no longer Champ Bailey. You Hall of Famer Champ Bailey. So your life really changed when you do get in the Hall. I mean, because you're now a Hall of Famer. You're not the same. You don't have any identity anymore. Because you are a Hall of Famer and you represent all Hall of Famers. So it is different when you become a Hall of Famer. When you get the gold jacket, you have to represent yourself as a gold jacket, as a gold jacket recipient. But having a gold jacket is one of the greatest moments in my life. I wear it as often as I can. When people ask me to come be a part of something, I said, would it be okay if I wear the gold jacket? Or could I just wear a tie? Well, no, you can wear the gold jacket. So I offer them an opportunity to wear the jacket. Most of the time they say, yeah. I'm so proud of being a Hall of Famer that I enjoy wearing my gold jacket.
Well, we always enjoy seeing you in it, or whenever you come to Denver, and we know it's such a special weekend for Broncos country, so Floyd, really appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.